new girl on the scene. Got your face on magazines. How it feels is killing me. But do you care to see? Plenty fire in my eyes. Just the way I like to be. Will I stay? Will I leave?
Okay, so it's the start of the month and I'm just going to update you guys on the auto trader that we're currently running. We've actually ended the month of September with plus 5.39%. As you can see there, this goes back all the way to 2022. Live data, also show you the MT4 account here. As you can see, in the last day, we've had 5,000 worth of deposits. In the week, we've had 156,000 worth of deposits, and in the month we've had 370,000 worth of deposits. Also show you that it's a live account for those of you who are obviously wondering. Let you come in there. It is a live account, and yeah, these are all deposits from you guys that have joined recently. So you guys can actually join this for a minimum amount of $300, $500 if you want to get started. It's free to join. All we ask for is 30% of the profit. So when you make money, we make money. And if you want to join, just click the link in the description of this video and I'll be in contact with you to get you started. Okay, so today is Wednesday and I've taken a position on CADJPY. I'll show you the analysis if you want to come in. First of all, this is the position on my phone that has been taken. 2 positions sent into the group as well. And I'll walk you quickly through the analysis over here. So we can clearly see price is bullish right now. This strong impulsive move here to the upside, which broke structure, that was the confirmation needed to break this level of resistance, to begin looking for buy positions. Price then broke through. We pulled back to retest it as support. I took the position. Price went nicely into profits, trailed the first trade to break even, and then as we saw, price came all the way back down to retest this level as a level of support. So I have taken a scaling position again to maximize on the profits, as you can see. So it's running nicely. We'll look to trail the stop loss on the second trade to break even as well, and then I will update you guys later on how the position develops.
Unless you want to go to her house and print it for her. She's in the Netherlands, so it's up to you. But why does she need it printed now?
Okay, so the trade is over and we've taken a loss. We've taken 1 break even, 1 loss. We're all human, it happens. I'll show you the analysis now if you want to come in. So basically, price, this is where I took the second position here. You can see price tried to go up, came back down. This trade got stopped out. This trade got stopped out at break even, but the interesting thing is we pulled back, but then price just continued flying all the way to the upside, and we missed out on this, but like I said, we are all human. We're going to take losses, and that is just a nature of the game. It is what it is, but yeah, we move on to the next one and hopefully we catch another great position before the end of the week. Okay, so it's the next day and the week hasn't been that great so far. We're currently in a loss. However, we are in a trade right now on CADJPY. It's moving nicely and I will show you the position and the analysis right now. So this is the position right here. Sent into the group, as you can see over there, and then the analysis behind the trade, as you can see here. Really, really simple stuff. Price has been moving to the downside. We've had an area of support within the market over here. And then this downside move that we have seen recently over there has grabbed liquidity to a strong level of support within the market. And we've seen a nice rejection. So all we've done is basically just jump on the trend. And if I go down to the 1 minute time frame, you can see where we are currently just in this bullish market structure. Price broke through resistance, we pulled back and we've taken the position. So price is moving nicely. We are currently running with stop loss at break even. Not gonna lie, it's not the cleanest of market structure, but the price action's there. Got a long way to go and I'll update you guys on how price develops.
I could hold on to the past and be absolutely mad, but I let go of my sins, just searching for my wings.
So I decided to close out the trade at this level that you saw. I'll put the screenshot of the closed position, and the reason for doing so wasn't anything technical. For you guys that know how I trade and have seen me before, you know I would normally just let the trade ride out and trail my stop loss into profit. But in this scenario, obviously it worked out good for me to close the trade where it did, because the trade just completely dropped after, so I banked to +5, bringing me back into profit for the week, which is great. But the main point that I want to get across is that it wasn't anything to do with technicals. This was purely just me closing out the trade because I had other things to do. Okay, I was going to get my hair cut. I wasn't going to be able to manage the position. I wasn't going to be able to watch the trade and manage it and trail my stop loss. So I made the decision to just close the trade completely. And the point I want to talk about and that I want to touch on is how you need to, rather than revolve your life around trading, you need to revolve trading around your life. So what your lifestyle and what you want to do should always come first. And that's the beauty of trading on the lower time frames, is you can pick and choose when you want to trade, because there's so many opportunities within the market. For example, if you're someone who trades the higher time frames and you're a swing trader, you might only actually get 1 or 2 opportunities a week. So you have to be active, you have to be on the charts to get those positions. Whereas someone like myself who trades the lower time frames, the 5 minute, the 1 minute, there's 10, if not 20 opportunities per day. So I can decide to trade in the morning, I can decide to trade in the afternoon, and my trades can sometimes be over within 30 minutes sometimes. So it really enables me to be free and to do what I want throughout the day, rather than being stuck and glued to the chart. Another point as well, which someone asked me yesterday, which is very, very interesting, and I want to talk to you guys about it, is they asked me this question. They said, after how many losses should you then stop trading for the day? Because I know that's a thing, right? I know a lot of people in the industry say, like, after you take 3 losses for the day, you should stop and not continue trading for the day. And I have a very controversial view on this. And in my opinion, I think you should actually only stop trading if your psychology is coming into play. And what I mean by that is, if you're taking 2-3 losses and then after that you're trying to revenge trade, you're trying to make your losses back, or you're doing any kind of emotional trading that isn't systematic and isn't with your trading plan, that's when you should stop trading. However, if you are someone who is trading and you've taken 3 losses, if it hasn't affected you mentally and it hasn't affected your psychology, take that 4th position, take that 5th position. Because imagine if you have that limit, right? And let's say you're someone who decides that after 3 losses for the day, you stop trading. What if that 4th trade, every single time you do that, is a winning trade that brings you back into profit? And me personally, my personal view, I would rather take that extra loss than miss the opportunity of catching a big win. For me, the losses don't matter, but what I don't want to happen is for me to miss an opportunity just because I've set myself this limit. If the opportunity is there, I'm going to take it, whether I'm in a losing streak or even if I'm in a winning streak. For example, if I've taken two wins for the day, I'm not going to just say, oh, I've made enough today, I'm going to stop trading. If there's another opportunity, I'm going to take it, because we don't know what's around the corner, guys. If you take two wins and the 3rd trade is also a win, that might be the win you needed, because there's a losing streak coming around the corner next week and you needed that win. So to basically keep it short and keep it simple, my opinion is, don't limit yourself to what you're doing. Only limit yourself if your emotions are coming into play. Otherwise, keep trading. If you have the opportunity, then take it, because you don't know what's around the corner, guys. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm on my way now. The sun is bright. I'm on my way to my girlfriend's house. We're going to the Cotswolds in the UK this weekend. For those of you who don't know, it's a nice kind of area. I've never been, so I'll get some videos, get some clips when I'm there, And then when I'm back in the office on Monday, I will update you guys and kick back up the charts and start again and see where we go.
You know where I'll find it. I would take a limousine. Guess we're all burning, burning and burning, burning, burning and burning, burning, burning and burning, burning, burning and burning. Don't you rush into these games. These games will kill you. Don't let them decide. Sweet words are not truth. Real love isn't blind. And you can bet on it. Yeah, you can bet on it.
So annoying.
Burning, burning and burning, burning, burning and burning, burning, burning and burning, burning, burning and burning, 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 burning.
Right, so I'm back from the Cotswolds now, and I'm going to be breaking down the CADJPY trade for you guys from start to finish, how I took the trade, how I managed it, and the reason behind the close. So here we are now on the 15-minute time frame, and the first thing, as always, that I like to look at is just the trend. Identify where price is heading, because as always, if you're going with the trend, if you're going with the overall direction of the trade, it's going to increase our probability anyway when taking a position. So in this scenario on CADJPY, we can clearly see that price is bullish. Okay, we're moving to the upside nicely. But when price moves either to the upside or to the downside, it's very rarely going to just keep going and going and going, making small pullbacks along the way. It's going to have some periods of time where it does form some kind of corrections where it impulses to the upside and then it forms some kind of correction. And what tends to happen is the more it impulses, the more it moves one way, then the longer the correction actually is. What I mean by that is, as you can see here, it's just began to kind of move. So the pullbacks are quite small. The way we're moving to the downside is very short. But then once we have these big moves to the upside, that's when price tends to go through some kind of corrective stage. What I mean by that is, after, do you guys ever realize after like a news release, or for example, when price impulses massively one way, it tends to very much move correctively in some shape or form for a while before the market then begins to flow again. So it all depends on the impulse. So that's why here we had this strong move to the upside. I was expecting price to slow down, which it done here. As price impulse to the upside, it then began to slow down, still in bullish market structure. But this slowdown was just the evidence that we've now completed the impulse to the upside. So we're bound to get some kind of correction back down for a little while before the continuation move. So that's what I was looking at. And I'm going to just zoom in here because we're not really focusing on anything over there because of just how bullish it is. We're focused on what's actually happening right here on my screen. Now, this is the 15-minute time frame, like I said, and I was just looking for price to essentially pull back to some key areas before taking the initial position. So this time of the day is around 7 a.m. So I'm not on the chart at that time, but had I have been, I probably would have looked to take a buy position there because we can see how price pulled back to this level of support. Okay, we had a nice rejection here. Price has corrected back into this level, and then we can see that we did have some kind of impulse to the upside away from that level of support. So there was some buyers trying to enter the market there. However, not enough of them, clearly, because it didn't continue moving to the upside. So more liquidity needed to be grabbed. So more orders needed to be filled in order to generate that move to the upside. So what did price do? Price came back down very impulsively, selling off to the downside back into this level of support. Okay, back into that level of support there. Now, as you can see, we had the slowdown in momentum, what we like to see. So this area here where we have a strong impulsive candle, strong bearish candle moving to the downside, We then get a doji candle followed by another small doji candle, you could say, and then price began to show that switch in momentum that we want to see. Okay, we don't want to buy off these two strong candles. Okay, we don't want to be placing a buy position after those candles because price is still very, very bearish. We want some kind of evidence that buyers are stepping into the market. We want to see that switch in momentum to basically tell us, okay, buyers are now entering the market. So that took place. We then saw the shift in momentum, but where I actually took the position was with a little bit more confirmation. I wanted to see some market structure on the lower time frames. And by lower time frames, I mean the 5 minute, the 1 minute, so on and so forth. Now, let's drop down to the 5 minute first. I don't think there's too much going on in the 5 minute time frame, apart from just a clearer understanding of this shift in market structure, the shift in momentum that we're seeing. It's actually the 1 minute that I took the position on, and that's what we're going to talk about. So let's have a look at this. So we had this switch in momentum, and I could start throwing so many things around, and it's just the way I view the market, and it's the way you guys should also look at the market. Is no price action is always going to be perfect. You just have to interpret what you're seeing. No one can tell you that that isn't a shift in market structure, or that isn't a head and shoulders pattern, or that isn't a double bottom. You interpret and you paint your own picture of what you believe price to be. There's no right or wrong answer in this industry. It's whatever you believe. And remember, I always say in my videos, the more unique that you are and the more different you are to everyone else is actually the better, because most people are losing. So if hundreds of people are seeing the same thing, the likelihood it's not going to actually work. It's actually the opposite of most industries. Don't follow the crowd. Just do your own thing and stick with it. Most of it's in your mindset anyway. So like I was saying, I could potentially say that down here, we do have like an inverse head and shoulders pattern. I could say that this right here is the left shoulder. This over here is the head. And then over this side is the right shoulder. I could say something like that. And then we've broken through this market structure and we've begun to see a break of the neckline. Price is now back in bullish market structure, pulled back, started to form higher lows. That's the way I'm seeing it. I didn't even need to draw that on, but we can clearly see that price was previously bearish. Then as we came into this level of support, the momentum switched, and now we're moving to the upside. It's as simple as that. You don't even have to draw on any of this analysis to make it look pretty to understand that. So this candle here, let's take a look at this section of the screen here. That's at 9:30. That would have been a very good buy position to take. However, hold my hands up, I wasn't in the office or I was doing something else, so I didn't take the position. Like I said, I believe earlier on, I said I revolve trading around my life, not the other way around. So if I'm free, I'll trade. I don't have to be at a chart at this time. I don't believe in that. I think there's plenty of opportunities that come and go every single day, that I don't need to be a slave to the charts. So I jumped on the chart when I did, which was about this time, around coming up to like 10 o'clock. And I saw that price was bullish. I saw that I wanted to be in this trade. I saw that I would have been in it had I been on the charts. So now I'm looking, well, how can I actually jump into this trend, essentially? And to begin with, I was looking for price to pull back to this area of previous resistance to form like a higher low. But as you can see, we didn't actually get to that point, which is fine. I took the position. Had it have lost, I would have just re-entered the market anyway. Like I said, probably in a previous video or in this video, I would rather lose the trade than miss the opportunity. So just because it doesn't look perfect, or, you know, something has happened that isn't absolutely the cleanest of market structure, I'm not waiting for that. I'm not waiting for the cleanest market structure. If it looks like good, I would rather take the trade. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out, but I would just look to re-enter the market anyway. So I would rather take the loss than miss the opportunity. I'm not waiting always, for example, this previous level of resistance. I'm not always going to just wait for price to tap it perfectly to then go up, okay? That's not the case every single time. It's never going to do everything that you want it to do. So you have to make some exceptions. And essentially, if you want to take the trade, just take it. So price came down to here. I saw the switch in momentum, if you remember, on a 15-minute time frame. The same thing is happening on the 1-minute time frame, where price is moving to the downside quite impulsively, and then we're getting the switch in momentum. Okay, notice how price is slowing down. We're forming a doji candle, another doji candle, then the switch in momentum, the bullish candle. I'm entering off that. I'm entering now rather than a 15-minute time frame. I'm jumping lower. I'm waiting for further confirmation for it to actually be in bullish market structure. And now I'm on the lowest time frame. Now I can actually enter off this kind of, momentum switch in pattern essentially. So I pulled the trigger there. I entered the trade, sent it into my team, and then we'll play out price and see what happened after that. So good move. I moved my stop loss to break even once this level of resistance had been broken. Okay, so once this level of resistance with this strong candle had been broken, I trailed my stop loss to break even, protecting my capital so I don't allow it to turn into a loss. At this point, if price is going to go, it's going to go. If not, for example, if it does come down and tap me out at break even, I will just look for another entry if the same thing happens again. But I'm just protecting myself rather than saying to myself, oh no, it's going to go up anyway, like it has to go up. I'm always considering the risk first and then a plan of action based on all the different types of scenarios that could happen. What I mean by that is, what do I do? I'm always 2 steps ahead. That's what I mean. What I mean by that is, I've always got a plan. If price breaks this level, what am I going to do? If it breaks this level, what am I going to do? If it hits my stop loss, what am I going to do? You always have to have a scenario based on every single outcome, and then you can make a decision rather than guessing when it happens. So for example, if you don't have a plan and price comes down to this level, how many of you don't have a plan after that and you start doing things that you shouldn't be doing, like emotionally trading, revenge trading? But if you have a plan, then you have to stick with it, and you can't really be annoyed with yourself at the outcome because you've already made that decision beforehand. Anyway, let's continue playing out price. I believe we continue to just move to the upside. Now, this is the interesting part. This is when I got out of the market. So my initial target was this level of resistance up there, which lines up with this level over here. That is where I originally wanted to get out of the market. However, I got out early, so I would have actually continued to hold this position for a lot further. However, I was seeing some level of resistance here. Okay, I was seeing some level of resistance there. So what I'd done was I decided to get out of the market, not only because of that level of resistance. So I got out for like a 1 to 5, not only because of that level of resistance, but also, also because I was busy going to get my haircut. I was getting ready for the weekend. It was a Friday, I believe. This trade was taken on. Was it a Friday? Oh, it was a Thursday. Sorry, it was a Thursday. So I was getting ready to go away. So I wasn't active on the charts. I wasn't able to manage it. I wasn't able to just, I didn't want to think about the trade whilst I was doing everything that I was doing. So guys, like, you're not a robot. You have to remember you're trading based on yourself. You're not trading based on, you're not an algorithm that can just decide when to do things for you, to trail stop losses, to close, to take partials, to do this different types of things. Me personally, I would just rather, I'm running at a 1 to 5. Like, that's a good risk to reward ratio. It brings me back into profit for the week. So I'm just going to close the trade out and stick with that decision. I'm not closing that trade out and then I'm going to be annoyed if it continues to go. I'm making that decision and then being like, that's it, that's that decision now. Whatever happens, happens. I can't be annoyed about it, so on and so forth. If this continued to just completely rise, I can't then, going forward, change what I'm doing. Does that make sense? So like, if this flew into profit and rather than getting a 1 to 5, it could have been a 1 to 11, double risk to reward. If it did go up to that zone, I'm then going to I'm not going to in the future be like, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to go get my haircut. I'm not going to go do this. I need to watch the trade. No, like I said at the start, I'm revolving trading around my life, not the other way around. Whatever happens, happens. And long term, it works. So you just have to stick with it. Anyway, what happened after though? So we closed out the trade and then price, I believe, just continued to correct all day. So look, this is a lot of time throughout the day where I'm just watching this trade or, you know, time that can be spent doing other things, other proactive things, going to the gym, seeing family, doing whatever, that is not worth watching a trade at this point. Then we continue going down. So let's just expand this. At what point would I have got stopped out? Still going. Okay, there. Then it would have got stopped out. So as you can see, I closed out at a good point. The best point I probably could have, but that's not me saying that I'd done that on purpose, guys. This is actually me holding my hands up and saying I did that just because I wasn't going to be around. I actually would have continued to hold had I have been on the charts, but trading is a very, I don't know how to explain it, but it's always different. It's, you know, no trade's going to be the same. No way you manage the trade is going to be the same. And it's just the way trading is. And over a long period of time, it actually works out. But anyway, guys, that is a breakdown of CADJPY. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to keep posting, so let me know in the comment section what type of videos you want to see, any questions you have, so I can answer them in future videos. If you want to join my group, just click the link in the description. It will show you all the services that we have, the automatic trading that you can join, and also the VIP group where I send my trades as well. You can join any of them. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in the next video.